When you think of Copenhagen, you instantly think of the colorful buildings of Nyhavn. Maybe even the modern architecture and the minimalist designs, the royal history, and the amazing food scenes. I've learned the hard way that most things here in Copenhagen, including the famous Tivoli, is closed during winter. But there's still plenty of things to do. Taking the train from the airport to the city center, walking to get to my hotel stay here in Copenhagen, the Hotel Kong Arthur. A very Scandinavian designed hotel close by, everything you'd want to visit. Click the card at the top right hand corner for a video of the room tour. So I asked the receptionist where to go for lunch, and she said to go to a food hall here. And apparently it's very Danish, so we'll see. Arriving in Copenhagen around lunchtime, I was starving, so good thing there was a food market close by my hotel. I walked around both of the food hall buildings and the market outside just to see what options I have for lunch. There's plenty of different kinds of bakeries, cafes, stalls that sells different kinds of spices, pastries, and more. I came across this Smørrebrød, a Danish open-faced sandwich made with rye bread and different kinds of toppings like cold meats, fish, and salads. It is a Danish staple, known for its simple yet elegant presentation and endless flavor combinations. This one here is from Halland's Smørrebrød, apparently one of the best ones in Copenhagen, according from our local tour guide. I couldn't choose, so I asked the server which one he would recommend, and he recommended the fried fish fillet and the chicken salad. Not gonna lie, I am not a fan of cold sandwiches or rye bread, but I gotta try it since it's a very local dish. The fried fish was interesting. I mean, it was cold fried fish. It was somewhat crispy, the sauce and the capers definitely elevated it. I like the chicken salad a lot more. I mean, it's a classic, right? Shredded chicken with some mayo and some crispy bacon. Sign me up. Next up was a quick train ride to Kongens Nytorv, a square in the heart of Copenhagen's old town, to get to Nyhavn. Okay, just FYI, in this whole vlog, I was pronouncing Nyhavn the wrong way the whole time since I didn't know how to actually say it. But after our tour guide taught us how to say it, I'm doing my voiceovers in the proper way. It is where all the colorful townhouses you think of when you think of Copenhagen. It means new harbor in Danish. Nyhavn has a lot of different restaurants, cafes, and bars. So I'm at the famous, colorful buildings here in Copenhagen called Nyhavn, and it's so magical. Good morning. I look so poofy today, but it seems like it's warmer here than in Amsterdam. So I brought out my crop top jacket, and yeah. So anyway, the plan for this morning is to go to Nyhavn and then go to Hart Bageri, which is the famous bakery that the bear went to. Well, not went to, but when the bear was shooting here. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. The next morning, I started my day walking from Nyhavn across the bridge to Hart Bageri Holmen. This place was one of the spots Marcus from the Bear went to try some pastries to explore the food scenes here in Copenhagen. I'm not gonna lie, this was a bit of a walk from the other side of the town, but it was so worth it. Admiring the Scandinavian design and trying to decide which pastry to get, from the famous cardamom croissant to the seasonal danishes. I opted for the custard Danish. This was honestly so good. It's my first Danish here in Denmark. The pastry was buttery and flaky. The custard itself was so smooth and sweet, but not too sweet. It reminds me of a small custard tart you get from Yamcha, but only in pastry form and bigger. I'm back at Nyhavn. Nyhavn? I don't know how to say it, but walking back to the other side of the bridge, I came across the palace guards parade marching towards Amalienborg. So me, like any other tourist, followed and watched the changing of the guards, which happens daily at 12 noon. Next, I was pretty hungry, so I tried a Danish classic, a Polser, or hot dogs. It doesn't get any local than this. A Danish hot dog comes with ketchup, mustard, remoulade, fried onions, and pickles. These stands are literally everywhere in Copenhagen, so wherever you start feeling hungry, you can easily grab one and go. It's actually not bad. My next stop was the Round Tower. This is one of Denmark's most iconic landmarks. It's a very distinctive spiral ramp which leads to an amazing 360 view of the city. So now I'm at the Round Tower. It's like a spiral like tower. Next up is another palace called the Rosenborg Castle and its gardens. That night, we had a tour around the city and made a little stop to see the Little Mermaid. The next morning, we started our day with a walking tour around Copenhagen. Stopped by Tivoli Gardens, which was sadly closed for the winter. We also stopped by the city town hall. the Church of Our Lady where the current king and queen got married, and then off to the city bike tour. We got split into two groups going to each tourist spot and learning about its history. Copenhagen is a very bike-friendly city where there's stoplights and paths just for bikes, which is very helpful for tourists like us who are not used to cycling around. Our first stop was Nyhavn, where we got to visit Freetown Christiania. Next stop was the Church of Our Saviour, where you can walk around outside of the tower when, of course, it's not winter. Next was the Circle Bridge, one of the most beautiful bridges in Copenhagen with the view of the Black Diamond, the Royal Danish Library. Christiansborg Palace, once home to the king and queens, now houses the Danish Parliament, the Supreme Court, and the Ministry of State. Next was the Rosenborg Castle, and we had to walk our bikes through the gardens. Our last stop for the tour was Amalienborg Palace, where I caught another glimpse of the smaller changing of the guards before we go back and drop off our bikes.
Oh my god, you have one of these things!
Yeah! These are so cool!
What is it?
Flip it! Yeah. Finishing off our stay here in Copenhagen, a group of us decided to go to House of Carlsberg. This is more than just a museum, it's an experience. Other than the history of Carlsberg, there's also a restaurant and a bar, and even horses stables by the gift shop.